Would you rather be caught in a zombie apocalypse or be caught in a robot apocalypse?
Robot. You know why? Because zombies, even though I like zombie movies, that shit is scary as hell for somebody to be running at you full speed and their whole intent is to eat you. A robot, we could probably go ahead and shoot down the main motherboard somewhere along the line and go ahead and deprogram these things. We got hope. But a zombie bite me, now I'm out there with them. A robot kill me, I'm going to the grave. I'm all right with that.
That's
Yeah. You telling me a platypus exists, but a unicorn don't?
right.
Because I didn't even know platypus is just, they the most throwed off creatures Yahweh done made. Feel me?
Bro,
Also,
it's a mammal that lays eggs.
exactly. And they can't see or hear when they go underwater, so I use electromagnetic pulsing to like detect whatever. It's crazy. And then they got a poison claw on the back of his foot, and then it don't right, and it don't sweat. So like, you feel me? If that exists and it's right in our face, because I'd have seen a platypus in person, like going to the zoo. I believe like all that, all the what it is, cryptozoology, folklores and whatnot, all that stuff exists. It got to. Why wouldn't it exist? You got to see something for to bring it in light.
That's what I be saying all the time. Where is the idea of this stuff coming from? Nobody's just thinking of this stuff off the top of their head because if they did, we call it crazy. Yo, welcome back to another episode of Likkle Table. I'm your host, your favorite neighborhood roster, and we are here for the commencement of episode number 56. We just came off a little bit of a hiatus from filming the What's in the Box challenge, which is available on YouTube right now. Streaming. Y'all go drop that like, comments. Let me know what y'all think about that. Now, this week, we have a very special guest, trader artist from Daytona Beach, Florida. What's going on, bro?
How you good, brethren? How y'all doing?
This man here is like I say, a very special artist. For one, probably one of the most eccentric that I've seen out of Daytona. Um, your artwork itself, it stands out. Like if I were to see one of your pieces, I'd be able to tell it's one of yours.
Ah man, thank you. All right,
Tell the audience a little bit about yourself, brother.
yo, how y'all doing? My name Trey, of course. Second introduction, but I'm for the most part, I'm kind of choking up. I'm a little nervous, but
All right.
I'm from Daytona. I paint, I draw, I do tattoos from time to time, and more so, I'm in the realm of just entrepreneur. And I don't just do like the painting and the whatnot. I also sell spicy bowls, and I got a brother from Philly. We got an ice cream truck, so you know I'm just a little bit of everywhere, but I can't consider all that art because at the end of the day, you got like you got to piece things together for that, feel me, to make it happen. So it's just like same thing when you drawing a picture. You got to sketch it, then you're gonna lay your color, then you're gonna lay your black lines, and that's just life. You just always gotta have a plan with it, and that's what I just been at for a long time. I just been symbolizing my art and mixing it with my life to just, help me get through a lot of situations. Praise to the Most High all day, big Yahweh.
So, so what inspired you starting to do art, painting, drawing, everything? What came first?
Well, I say the drawing came first, of course. Like I was drawing heavy anime and drawing. I was obsessed at one point when I was like 5 with trains and boats, and I just used to draw so many trains and boats. And then like I seen Transformers, and I'm like, oh man, these things transform into boats, cars, whatever. And it corresponded with what I like. I was just obsessed with like giant robots at the time. It was just something about robots. When I was like younger, growing up, they just used to always just, I don't know. You feel me? It's a thrill.
So, from Daytona Beach, Florida, where you went to school?
Oh, I done been to school all over the place. Like I would just start. I went to Palm Terrace in elementary school, and I went to TRT, and I went to South Daytona Elementary. That was my elementary journey. So for middle school, I was at Campbell until like seventh grade year, and then my mom ended up moving down south in Fort Lauderdale, so I ended up going to school at Parkway Middle School, and I ain't gonna lie, I love down south. Like Parkway, them just lit because it wasn't even a normal middle school; it was a performing arts school. So we didn't even have like basic classes. Like yeah, we had normal classes, but they treated us on a whole different scale. Like I used to have to. I was an eighth grader, so they gave us like one of my classes was a mentoring program. We'd have to go get a sixth grader that been acting up, and then we get a pass to just roam around the whole school, hit the vending machines. Like this a class period. Feel me? And it was called peer, right? It was called peer counseling. So it really just at an early like age in life taught me how to deal with people who be going through stuff. Like you got like a little sixth grader, he acting up, but you don't know Jet probably ain't even eat last night. Feel me? Right. So that's why, hey, I got some little money. I gotta hit these vending machines right quick. Just I need you to chill. I need you to relax. I don't need you to like be acting up. And you know, it taught me conflict resolution too. And that's one thing people don't, our people mainly, don't practice. Because conflict resolution can like save your whole life. And really like, you feel me? It's just like understanding every situation for what it is and not putting your emotions in it, but just, you know, you just, how I like to say, you ever seen The Matrix?
Yeah, hell yeah.
I know. So you remember the Oracle?
Yeah.
All right, so boom, you got Neo, Oracle, Mr. Smith. Neo, them the good guys. Mr. Smith is the agents of the Matrix, and then you got the Oracle. She just coexisting with everybody in her apartment, not too much taking everything personal. Got her cat,
But no wrong.
but know everything.
Yeah.
She know both sides.
Right.
That's how you got to go through life. You got to live your life like the Oracle for the Matrix, and that's what I just been trying to like, get back on the square with. But man, life is just, you got to take it for granted. You got to, because it's like at the end of the day, there's so many opportunities that get missed because it's just like miscommunication, unopen communication. Like if I would never responded to you, we wouldn't even be right here. You feel me? So, and I know this gonna be a fire interview because I can feel the energy. You feel me? And it's something I've been looking forward to doing. So, got to get good content. Yeah.
It's crazy when you said you've been looking forward to being on the show. It took me back because I was like, that's wild because I wouldn't have even thought that. Like, but I don't know. I still, it kind of shocks me when somebody brings my podcast to my attention. Like, I could be out now, riding around in the store. Somebody will see me and be like, "Oh, ain't you do with the podcast?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's crazy." Yeah, I am.
Right. So it's like that's how you just got to maintain that whole feeling. You just got to keep putting out stuff, and next thing you know, you're gonna get sponsors, and then that's just gonna keep climbing me up to the top. Cause I know it take work to do this type of stuff. Like this, people be looking at this stuff like this easy, bro. You had to set up all this stuff and make sure everything was everything. That is a lot of energy. You feel me? And that's what I was telling you. Like, you know how to transmute your energy.
So you said you sell spicy bowls too. Definitely seen the promo for.
Oh yeah, man. The spicy bowls be swinging. Like I ain't even gonna hold you. I started selling spicy bowls. Like I think I was in front of Cookman one day, and some little chick from Broward came up to my ice cream truck, and she was pretty, so pretty. I'm like, damn. She was like, "Do you got a spicy bowl?" I looked at her. I said, "A what?" She said a spicy bowl. I'm like, I don't even know what that is. So she was like, she put the phone out, like, boom, this is spicy bowl. And I would ask him, I said, oh, I need the ingredients, what's all in it? So she was like, shit, get my, what she said, get my Twitter. Yeah, because I was like, you got Instagram? She was like, nah, I'll be on Twitter. I said, oh, you lit. So she was like, get my Twitter. And she hadn't sent me all that shit over Twitter, the little recipe and shit, and all the stuff they're going. And then I put my own little spin on it. So it's just like, it just went up from there. But
Shouts out to you, little mama. You gonna start a movement.
oh yeah, man, shout out to my little homie from Broward. I ain't gonna even let him know who you is, cause you too y'all, you too lit.
Yeah. But you know who he is. What inspired the food going out because the ice cream truck?
Hey, this story is so funny how I got involved with this ice cream business. It's not even like, bro. So me and my ex had like a little shop right there on Orange. What is it? Man McLeod was making stuff out of, but we kept bumping heads going through it, like on some on and off shit type shit. And so one day we in the back and we just arguing hard as fuck. Like, so the tenants that live next door in the other shop, like they don't live there, but they be there, hadn't came out. And there was this dude from Philly. They were like, I thought it was a Jamaican, but he like Trinidadian. And so it was like, he just was like, bro, let me holler at you. Feel me? They like, shit, come in the shop type shit. And then I had on one and cool down, whatnot. And he just wanted to talk to me. And then I just started telling him like what I do. Like I'll be making like clothes, I do the art, all that good stuff. And he was like, bro, it was like, I might need you to paint my shop then. And so he was like, shoot me a number. And so at the time, like, I ain't really never painted nothing that big. So I ain't want to lowball on myself or nothing. But I ain't want to like run them off if I tell them something crazy. Yeah. So he was like, man, you know what? I got a better idea. He was like, bro, I got an ice cream truck that's just sitting and it ain't doing, it ain't even ice cream. It's sell Italian ice, like we call it water ice or where we're from. I said, yeah. He was like, bro, that's $1 million truck. I like, yeah, all that shit. Like, what you trying to do? They were like, I could teach you the ropes. You gotta ride with me on it for a week. I was like, yo, man, that first week, man, we all over Daytona selling Italian ice. And next thing you know, what it was, like 2 days, we made like about $700-800 in 2 days. Just I was like, what? This what this do? So, but bro, he ain't know, bro. And then it's like, I'm lit in the city for real, so my city love me. So once I did that, it was easy to just, cause I can literally pull up on 40, 50 people, and you feel me? That's money right there, regardless. And that's just who I know, not the strangers and whatnot flagging me down. So it was just like trial and tribulation. Feel me? I've been doing it for like, this is my third summer. So like, I'm gonna say I'm finally gonna get it right this time where I can really just stay consistent with it to the point where I got like a fleet of ice cream trucks out on the street with just different people driving, and y'all just be like, we about to go here and there. And I'm like, do y'all just send me that bread? Feel me? But exactly.
We're gonna go ahead and get into the Would You Rather segment now, Bob.
Okay.
All right, first question. Would you rather eat a bowl of crickets or eat a plate of worms?
Oh man, I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't.
Yes,
I'm eat. I guess I gotta eat the crickets because they eat them over there in England. They sell them in the stores. I ain't eating no worm though. That's freaky. I'm good on that.
All right, next question. Would you rather always enter a room backwards or always do a somersault out of a room?
I always enter a room backwards. I ain't got time to be doing no somersault.
That's too physically demanding.
That sounds like some hoodoo. I gotta walk in the room backwards.
Yeah, you're gonna have to answer some questions because somebody gonna ask.
Oh, yeah. Like, where your charm at, bro? You got your mojo bad?
All right, next question. Would you rather watch nothing but Christmas movies or watch nothing but horror movies?
Horror, because I love horror movies. Yeah.
My favorite genre.
I'm a big zombie fan. Like, I love zombie movies so bad, bro.
What's your favorite
Mm, I'm gonna say Dawn of the Dead. That's really like one big number one, just because it's a beautiful movie. Yeah, and then like you got Shaun of the Dead. That was super funny right there.
genre? You'll see a little poster up there on top of Halloween.
Oh wow, you got Shaun of the Dead up there. Oh, he lit y'all. Okay, bet. Oh, bro, you got the Harry Potter little Quidditch, man. Oh man. Don't get. I'm gonna start looking back here because I'll just be looking back there all day long. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm definitely going horror movies all day, every day.
And I like gritty horror movies like House of a Thousand Corpse, like Rob Zombie films and stuff too. Like I like shit that can actually be real.
All right, next question. Would you rather oversleep every day for a week or not get any sleep for 4 days?
Not get any sleep for 4 days because I'm gonna run it up.
The mentality.
Yeah, I'm gonna run it up.
Yeah, and then that 5th day, I'm crashing.
But
I might be asleep for like 2, 3 days.
I'm gonna wake up on the 7th.
Would you rather be caught in a zombie apocalypse or be caught in a robot apocalypse?
Robot. You know why? Because zombies, even though I like zombie movies, that shit is scary as hell for somebody to be running at you full speed and their whole intent is to eat you. A robot, we could probably go ahead and shoot down the main motherboard somewhere along the line and go ahead and deprogram these things. We got hope. But a zombie bite me, now I'm out there with them. A robot kill me, I'm going to the grave. I'm alright with that.
Yeah, I don't know. It depends on what type of zombie I feel like for me and what type of robot. Like if it was like if it was a Shaun of the Dead zombie apocalypse, I could do with that. I'm knocking them zombies the hell out.
Yeah, that's a slow swarm.
But if it's like
Resident Evil.
Resident Evil, yeah, like
That's all I think about.
that's worst case scenario.
Right. Like World War Z.
Oh hell no.
Feel me?
No. Hell no. But that was this week's Would You Rather segment was. Okay, so we already established that. Well, you say horror is your favorite genre of movie too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So would movies be your favorite form of entertainment?
Nah, anime.
And your favorite anime of all time is
Full Metal Alchemist.
hey,
Like this is my personal number one. But all respect to, Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, and Bleach. But One Piece, that's like Michael Jordan for me in the anime. I ain't gonna lie.
so that's like without saying.
Yeah, like that's like, it's subjective, of course. You're gonna have debates about it, but it's like that's just how I feel, just because it's a lot of things that's never been seen before. And that is the goal when you're creative. Present something to people that they ain't never seen before. Like, and that's like storyline, plot, all that.
It's funny because I had seen like a pictograph on social media of like the storylines of different animes
Hmm.
and the plots on One Piece was like just everywhere. Like, it was all different kind of plots and they was leading into all different directions, showing you how vast the universe actually was in One Piece.
Right.
I was like, I mean, it makes sense. They got like 1,600 episodes. Well,
I know they got 1,100. They
I
11.
was close.
Yeah. But yeah, that's saying a lot though. Like the longevity of it, like it's that popular that it ain't gonna stop being produced for a while.
Right.
Cause like
So if you only were able to watch one anime for the rest of your life, it would be Full Metal.
nah, I ain't gonna hold you because One Piece got way more like spin-offs, like and just universe. Period. Full Metal only got one universe, and it's like that's that.
Once it's done, it's over with.
Right, like One Piece, you might have to watch One Piece a few more times to gain some understanding, because like it's just so well written.
Yeah, I feel like my number one is definitely still Attack on Titan.
Yeah, that's my big five though.
I'm actually I watched it the first time in dub. I'm watching it over again, so to see if there's any kind of difference, like as far as emotional content.
Right.
And there has been in some instances, you can tell that the voice actors are a little bit more passionate in Japanese.
Mm-hmm. All right. I don't know. I don't mind dub. I like dub.
I don't
Cause,
mind dub either. If you really got some anime people that look down on people that
but I tell people that do that, bro, you ain't even start watching anime, and your first anime was not subtitles, and if it was, you gonna got your opinion don't count because that's some like new stuff. At the end of the day, we started with dub. Dragon Ball Z was on Toonami.
yeah,
Naruto was on Toonami.
right.
We literally started with dub.
He wasn't playing Japanese.
Yeah, like we was literally. You probably started exploring it, but don't discredit like dub. Dub is the pregnator for anime lovers in America.
Right.
So it's like at the end of the day, it's good to be like culturally aware, but don't discredit one for the other just because you feel like it's cool. It doesn't really want to be hype beast.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I ain't never get that argument. It's the same show. They,
All right, few words is different. That's all it be.
literally.
A few words be different.
Yeah, I definitely picked up on that. Attack on Titan. I feel like my runner-up would probably be Solo Leveling right now.
That's solo leveling. I try to get into that. Then I find out, solo leveling ain't even a real anime. It's just it got adopted by an anime studio. It's really like a comic.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
that's like if you look at it, like how it's even drawn, if like to a degree. But an anime studio just picked up that comic and just turned it into like, but it's originally.
That would make sense as to why the character development was so fast. That
Yeah,
makes so much sense. Because that man went from a rank E to a rank S in like 4 or 5 episodes.
it's that attention span. Ta.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That far. I ain't gonna lie, Jen still had more.
Oh yeah, like I be on Twitter a lot. That's like where my stomach grounds really at is Twitter. So I follow all the anime content pages and stuff, and I be arguing with nerds all day long on purpose, just
Oh,
cause.
they be passionate.
Oh yeah, and it's so funny cause like I'm passionate just like them.
Yeah.
So we gotta go to war.
Yeah.
Anime gonna always do it.
So what are you planning? Where are you planning on taking, your art and spicy bowls and ice cream truck? Are you going to like eventually make them all coincide somehow?
Yeah, see, that's what I've been thinking about too. That's a good question. So I do a lot. So now I'm trying to minimize a lot of things that I do, but still keep the passion for it at the end of the day. So with the art, I'm more so, I'm about to really just start pushing just the brand and stuff on clothing, but not really too much being involved with it. As far as just, I might let somebody else take the wheel, but that's gonna give me room to do my tattoos now. And the tattoo bag, that's like three of them bags combined. You feel me? And that's all like, I'm a hustler at the end of the day. I'm a bona fide red deal gritter when it comes to just getting some money on, due to that fact that that's how my old man was. He just taught a nigga just how to run it up. And so it's just like when I get like just settled fully, I'm gonna just be a tattoo artist, and then all the little business ventures. Since I got the game from and know how to do it, you know, the greatest gift you could do is like help somebody out. Feel me? That's like the greatest thing you could do on this world. So if I done been in all these positions and I got the knowledge from, you know, time to just pass it down to the next man, next woman, whatever the case may be, and just make sure they eat right and make sure I eat right, and then you know we everybody gonna be happy. But I just want to focus on just like art because I got a real end game. I really just want to be a cartoonist. Like in the end of the day, that's like where my real just like dreams lie. Is just I want to be able to sit back and just get calls. Hey man, we need you for this project. We need you for that project and my own projects, of course. You know, and that's like really always been like my dream and goal since I was legit to be a cartoonist. Oh,
We're gonna go ahead and get into the Am I the A-hole segment now, boy.
all right.
All right, this week's Am I the A-hole question says, am I the a-hole for walking out of a work day because they wouldn't let me eat inside? He says, I work in an office that is relatively small, about 10 people in total. About twice a year, we do big cleanup days on both the inside and outside. In the name of being frugal, my boss assigns the outside work to us instead of hiring a landscaping crew. I have prior landscaping experience and I made the mistake of letting them know that, so I was assigned to a lot of the stuff outdoors. Everyone else stayed inside for a vast majority of the day. I had to climb up on the roof and clean the gutters, scrape a bunch of sediment deposit out of our lower parking lot with a shovel, take a wire wheel on an angle grinder and strip the paint off of an outside stairwell and prime it for painting, lay out new pine straw and all of the outside shrub beds, and a few other things. Naturally, over the course of the day, I got dirty. It's part of working outside. I wasn't filthy, but I had some dust and dirt on my shoes. They ordered pizza for us, and when I went to go inside, our office manager stopped me and said that I couldn't come inside because they had just got done cleaning the floors. I told him that I would happily sweep up and mop anything I tracked in and that I would really like to eat inside because it was hot outside and I hadn't gotten to cool off all day. She still refused, and my boss heard us talking and came over and we explained the situation. He agreed with our office manager and told me that I would have to eat outside. I told him that I did not appreciate that I was asked to do some pretty gnarly labor and was now being denied entry because I was a little dirty. I then told him that I was going to leave for the day. My boss asked me not to go, but still stood by the decision to not allow me inside. And I tried to explain to him that I felt like I was being treated unfairly, but that seemed to fall on deaf ears. I ended up leaving, and a couple of hours later, I got some messages from my coworkers that were upset with me because they ended up having to go out and finish up a couple of things I couldn't get to after lunch. Am I the a-hole? Did I unfairly leave my coworkers in a bad spot? I can understand where they're coming from, but I really felt like I wasn't being treated correctly, and I offered to clean up after myself if I made a mess. Am I the a-hole?
Me personally, nah,
Oh, I was just about to say, hell no, boy.
because they tried you.
Yeah.
One, they had you cleaning, doing a job that you don't even supposed to be doing.
Right.
And then two, I can't come in and the AC. Oh, I'm about to tee up. Y'all got me messed up. Nah, guess what? I'm gonna holler at y'all later.
I bet y'all boys. Most def. That's wild as hell, boy. You are not the a-hole, brother. So you mentioned you had did some time.
Oh yeah, I did 6 years.
Jesus.
Yeah, man, 2015 to 2020. Well, I did 5 years out the six, of course, because you know Florida got like a 85% law, so you only do like 85% of your time.
Right.
So did just like a little under 6 years. But, whew, what a motherfucking 6 years, man.
So what'd you go in for?
I had to go hold you. I was there for a home invasion. Like, yeah, man. I was up there in college in Gainesville, and we was too lit. I ain't gonna speak too much on it, but we was just too lit
Yeah.
to the point where we just did some stupid ass shit, and a lot of shit went left and a lot of shit went backwards, and ended up catching 6 years because I still was young. So they spared me. Like they gave me what's called like a Youth for Offenders Act. They sentenced me under that, and so they're just like I can't get no more than 6 years. But
Oh, so they gave
also,
you the max of what you could get.
right, and it also send you to like what's called JIT camp.
Okay.
So I had to go through like the JIT camps before I went to like adult prison.
Right.
And you know, I did just the whole prison journey, man, all the way from JIT camp, adult camp to work release.
So
And
how old were you when you first went?
I was 20, but I caught my charge when I was like 19
How long did they have you in the JIT camp?
until I was 24.
Sheesh.
Yeah, so from like 14 to 24, that's like youthful offenders prison
That's
scheme.
insane. That's a 10-year gap.
So imagine being around like and they ain't gonna put you in the cells, and so of course with like no JIT like that for real.
Okay.
They gonna have them in there by himself.
Okay.
But they got their own counts, like as far as like them JITs, like that's 14, 15, 16. They just go to like adult prisons. They got like dorms for like kids versus like me. I went to a whole facility where it was just everybody from 18 to 24.
Yeah.
And so that's how I did my time. Taught me a lot. I learned how to play spades, chess, all type of stuff with them jits, man. It was lit. And when I got to adult camp, it just really shit. I still was young as fuck. Taught me how to be a man. Taught me how to stand on business about just your personal space, your personal everything. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like it's big on respect. So, you know, I don't let nobody disrespect me in like no other way possible. Like just kind of just how people get.
Right.
And it's just like, this is because they don't know no better. That's like the main thing. People
So
lack knowledge.
you was in the facilities in Gainesville, or they sent you somewhere?
I was, well, I went to Lake Butler. That's like a reception center over there. It's by Palm Coast, low key.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, that's like where they send all the prisoners and distribute them throughout like the whole state of Florida to different prisons.
Yeah.
All right, so I ended up going to Lake City from there, and I just stayed at Lake City for like 2 years, 3 years, and just went up going to Madison. Ended up in Madison, Florida. You do not want to be in Madison, Florida. That is someplace, yeah.
You know, I feel like I've heard about Madison before, and it wasn't good things.
Yeah, don't go to jail in Madison. I ain't even gonna hold you, Brody. Them people are, and it's crazy. It's a black town. Like it's nothing but like black people that operate the prison, the police force. Feel me?
Yeah.
But you know what? That was like the first city to free the slaves, like in Florida.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But they just so prison based, and like a lot of them from Georgia, shit like that. So it ain't really too much like
Yeah.
Florida vibe. You dealing with country dudes
Good old
and
boys.
what? So
Okay. That makes sense. That's crazy. Well, it's good that you took that 6 years and turned it into a positive thing. Most definitely. A lot of people aren't as fortunate. See a lot of people get out and go back to doing the same thing they was doing before, or worse. So definitely a blessing.
appreciate that. I got out doing the same thing as I was doing before, and that was just art.
Right.
Like I missed like my little years of like 20s and all that. I missed all my 20s. So it's like that. Even that too though. Like don't go to prison, y'all, because you can develop like an arrested development,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like you still maintain your youth, but just getting into the world and actually like becoming an adult. especially if you go to prison at a big age and coming back out here are young and they never had no responsibilities. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's just like, you got to do that in like a timely manner because one, you don't want to look like no loser ass nigga
Right.
being like a big ass age and ain't got nothing and all that stuff. You feel me? So
Yeah.
it's like, man, are powerful and that's what we need to be like. Feel me? Just maintain that just so we can just focus and win. Because when you got your own stuff, feel me?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, who can really tell you what to do but yourself?
Right. Oh, well, that prison stuff ain't nothing to play with, that boy.
Yeah, stay out of prison because them days the same every day.
Oh, I can only imagine waking up doing the same thing.
Every day.
Little slight things might be different, but in retrospect, the same thing.
Yeah, like that's what I was like. That's real deal slavery, bro. Free labor.
Yeah, they say that the institutions, prisons, and jails was pretty much built off of slavery
Hmm.
and are like the current form of slavery, which I definitely agree. So you plan on getting out of Daytona anytime soon?
Yeah, cause I love down south.
Oh yeah.
Like my pops and all that side, they from Miami, and my mom and them, they from like Broward. So I don't know. When I used to always just been all back and forth my whole life from like South Florida to Central Florida, but I always had like this overwhelming feeling to just move there.
Oh
So
yeah.
I'm gonna give myself like I like 3 years.
So
Just
what was making y'all move back and forth?
no, just life.
Yeah.
For real. Just want to just like see can we do different stuff, different places. Feel me?
Mhm.
And so it's just like, and plus like my mom, her sisters and mama down there. So you get homesick sometimes.
I finna say so, and none of your people's in Daytona no more.
No. I got like the biggest family in Daytona. I'm a Robinson.
Okay.
So
Okay.
like I got like hella people.
Okay.
That's like my mama's side.
Right. Makes sense.
Hmm.
And you said you went to what school in Gainesville?
Santa Fe.
Santa Fe.
It's like a little private college.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's where you was going for journalism?
Originally, yeah. And then when I caught my charge, they told me until my charge and the cases drop, I can't really go back to school. So I had to come back to Daytona and go to Daytona State. And so that's when like I was at DSC for a little bit.
Mhm. What you was doing there? Same thing.
I think I still was working on my like prerequisites
Oh
because
okay.
I wanted to plan around the Gainesville with. I told you it was hanging out too hard. Like I
Mhm.
ain't even gonna lie. I should have like stayed on course, but it's all right, man. Live and you learn.
Yeah.
Find a different calling and after the storm.
Right. You gotta go through it to get through it,
Alright.
boy.
Whatever he put you through, he gonna get you
Mhm.
too.
Yeah, I was definitely hanging out in my college days too. Not to that degree. However,
I should have had your degree. Right.
it was still some wild times at Cookman, boy.
Oh yeah, I think I started cooking in August.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, cause I'm still in school just to like complete all my stuff that I didn't even do before I went to prison. So I just went this time for just like mass communications, feel me,
See, that's what I was
business.
thinking about going back for, but I don't even want to go back to Cookman.
I just like cooking because this is like that's my market. So I can go to school. They gonna come to me for all the customs and all the swag, all the food. You
Right.
feel me? So it's
Right.
like, no, I can make Cookman pay for my college even without them even paying for it.
Yeah. You tapped
Yeah.
into two of the biggest industries in the world, food and clothing.
Right, you feel me? So it's like you'll never lose.
Right. And so, what made you start selling clothes?
Oh, I always just love clothes. I always been a South guy. Just feel me. It ain't too much that I don't even know about. Just pieces and just the fashion industry alone. So it used to be me and my little dog. Coop. Went to school, Coop.
Mm-hmm.
He like, bruh, is probably number one. I see him as number one in the city when it comes to dress. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like,
Yeah,
little bro be putting that shit on like
I run
crazy.
into him randomly, like around the city. It'd be random when I see him.
But bro used to always just like coming through high school because we grew up together and all that. He's always just he put me on like a lot of little fashion stuff, and then I'm
Yeah,
gonna do
he
my own
always
research
been.
after that. And it's just I got to understand for just how to dress at an early age in life.
Yeah.
So it's just things I never did, trends I never even like hopped on because like my soul just tell me to dress like a certain way. I ain't never been like no follower. I always just been trendy though.
Right.
Like everything that I do, everything that I make, I just want everything to stand out.
Yeah, I can definitely tell. Well, when you said like your peoples and stuff was from South Florida and you grew up there too, it made sense as to why you dress the way you do. Because a lot of that, I see a lot of people from that area dressing in the same particular way. Like
Feel
whether it
me?
be the loud colors or like,
Yeah, they like look at Kodak, all
yeah,
that Easter. Yeah, you feel me?
yeah,
So like, yeah, cause that's a vibrant ass place down there, man. You go down there, you gonna have the time of your life, and it's black.
right.
That's the main thing. It ain't just like you got your different little races and like correspondence of black, but end of the day, we over here in these West Indies, we all the same to a degree.
Right.
So it's like, man, it's just like the culture down there just gonna entice you due to the fact that compared to Daytona and Fort Lauderdale or Daytona and Miami, that's two different whole galaxies.
I
Like
believe it.
when I used to go down there as a kid during the summers and holidays and whatnot, it used to just be like, dang, I'm picking up on their culture now. So it's like, shit, I'm bringing it back to Daytona.
Yeah.
Like I'll never forget, it was this one dude, some old dude, like I had my ice cream truck, and he stopped me. He was like, "Hey, bro," he was like, "I'm about to shower with you, but where you from?" I'm from here. And he like, damn, shit, you hustling like a Miami nigga. And I like, shit, my pops, he from down that way. And so he like, hey, man, yeah, because with Daytona, we ain't really too much seen nothing like this because you be hitting these streets. I see you almost every day. I'm like, I be grinding for real. Like, to that point of just, I like nice stuff. And then it's just like, I'm still building life.
Right.
So it's like, I ain't just doing this shit just because, like, no, I'm doing this because one, prison made me hate giving up my time. So I love my time. I work for my time. Long as I can maintain X amount of money for my time, equivalent to working 9 to 5, I'm all right with that. But I know I'm gonna take it to another level because I love learning. I'm a student, and it's like end of the day, I can't even sit around and just be doing one thing because my mind gonna take me like the 30 other rounds of my artist. I see something or anything activity, I see the art in it.
Right.
Like this art right here. This whole layout is art. Feel me?
Indeed.
So it's like once you start understanding and seeing the art and everything, your perception of this world just gonna take you, beyond it. Cause now you're looking for like different aspects of the art and everything. Feel me? And that's just how I be living.
Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and get into the guest the charger segment now, boy. All right, first one.
Possession of methamphetamines.
I can see it. I could definitely see it.
Oh, nah, he rocking out.
Oh, hit battery,
Hey,
second offense.
Possession,
And
control
possession of
stuff.
controlled stuff. I mean, you was close.
He had something on him.
Yeah, you was close.
He was high beating up people.
Right, yeah. And it wasn't his first time.
What?
All right, next one.
Trespassing.
I can definitely the holes in the shirt. She looked like she
No,
definitely looked like she
she
was
might have
somewhere
been
she wasn't supposed to
trespassing.
be. Oh,
Oh, battery. No,
battery.
she
She
grandma,
beating up
grand,
people, too.
chill out, grand.
She-
What's wrong with you? Beating people up. Supposed to be baking cookies.
She looked like she might have got beat up with them holes in her shirt here. All right, next one.
Oh
Oof.
man,
Yeah, he looks really aggressive.
I don't know, man.
More like a little pug, like a pug nose in the face.
Well, he do look like a dog.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, bro. He probably got possession.
I can see that too. We're gonna leave it open just possession of something.
Yeah, possession is just substance. Cause I can see that for school.
All right.
Oh no,
Battery
barely
on
on a
person
person
65 years of age or older.
driving
Trevor.
under. Oh, he was drunk. They always on drugs. I know y'all be fucked up.
Yeah. Beating up old people is crazy.
Yeah, you got drunk and beat up an old lady. Shame on you, dude.
Yeah, keep him in there. Next one. Oh, she was happy for whatever.
Alright, she probably got a drive, spend a license, possession of marijuana.
Let's see. The smile definitely gives me marijuana.
Driving under the influence, she was high.
Had to be on the gassiest of gases.
She don't look. Yeah, she was high. They probably just shit smoking in her car. Man, don't smoke in y'all cars. Like,
Bruh.
I can't be doing that.
Smoking in the car and then have more weed on you.
But
Oh my God. All right, last one.
oh, she probably got prostitution. She ain't got no shirt on. Possession of prostitution.
Why did they not get this lady a shirt before taking this picture?
Like really? Why would they do that? This lady literally don't have a shirt on.
The
On her
titties
mugshot.
just swinging.
Who took the picture?
Oh man, they are wrong for that. Let's see. Oh, Jesus. She got misuse of 911 or E911 system, resisting without violence, another misuse of 911 or E911, and another resisting an officer.
Oh, she was just calling the police and being stupid.
Yes. What? You too old to be acting like that, ma'am. Come on now. What you doing? All right. And that was this week's Guess the Charges segment, bar. So what type of music are you into? Because I feel like you don't give me the type that's just into rap or hip hop.
Oh yeah, I'm like way around it when it comes to music.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit everywhere, but I don't know when it comes to like I call it my white people music, because that's that music that we grew up on at VH1 in the morning, getting dressed to school. You feel me?
Yes,
I went back and found all that, created a whole playlist.
Pop up video.
Yeah, you feel me?
Yeah.
Pop up video.
Yeah.
So I don't know, I like soft rock. I love 80s, like real deal 80s contemporary music. I love that. Like I can listen to like Careless Whispers and some Phil Collins and all that. I like the classic rock bands. But I can go on like my white people music is like it can rival a little piece of my hip hop side. Like
likewise.
Just cause it's like, why not?
Right. It's all good music.
You feel me? You're gonna pull something from it. It's gonna make you feel something regardless of the fact or what color it is. Cause music vibe.
Bro, I got a whole Leonard Skinner album on my wall.
Oh yeah. Trippy. It look like it's made with acid strips.
That's why I put it up there, because for one, it's a fire album. And for two, I like the graphic. Give me real hippie.
Feel me? And that's
Yeah.
how it's supposed to be, bro. Like you just understand the art. It's just and everything. Like I try to just adventure off into just, the unknown. You gotta just explore things that just don't make you feel comfortable.
I was just about to say, bro, I be telling people all the time, like, progress is scary. Like, cause you never know what the hell is gonna happen. You're always running into something new. Like if it's becoming too constant, something's a problem. Like that means you're not elevating. Now you gotta change in order to grow.
Right? Exactly. Change is inevitable. And people try to keep you in the same position or yourself at that. But you gotta always adapt, always evolve. You gotta just keep going in life. Ain't no such thing as a day off
Right.
when you constantly thinking, you always think about something. So imagine if you put some action behind them thoughts, you're gonna always be in motion.
You up 3, 4 o'clock in the morning working on something.
But draw, I'll be over iPad, draw, like just when I get an idea, I just
Yeah, jot it down real quick so you don't forget it.
right. And it's just like end of the day, bro. It's life, bro. You can't miss out on life because you got some people who missing out on life just due to certain reasons, certain situations and circumstances.
And they choosing to settle.
And yeah, and that's what I tell people too. Like you can't blame nobody for your situation.
Mm-mm.
Y'all that you like disabled or anything like that,
Right,
like that's
right.
different. But
Like
that's
if
a
you're fully
physical.
capable,
But even though I know a man in the wheelchair that's gonna run it up.
right.
So at the end of the day, like it's still up to you
It's a
to
mindset.
you feel me? You gotta shape life. No matter what you going through, you gotta always get through that. And being a man and just speaking on like the masculinity of like just living,
Mm-hmm.
we can't really be vulnerable in that sense. So we gotta learn how to convert that energy into just our grind and our hustle. We just gotta make sure that one thing about it, you can't go broke and you can't be broke in this world.
Right.
Because that's a spiritual appendage for one. It's like money ain't nothing but crystallized energy. So it's like, all right, that just means you ain't putting in no work. That's why you ain't got no money. Feel me? That's where the energy coming from.
Yeah.
So it's like you just got to get over that whole spill of like, oh, why it's always me? Oh man, they won't give me stuff. Oh man, this and that. Nah, just gotta sit down, talk to yourself, talk to the Most High, and figure out a game plan. Because once you go to going up and talking to the Most High, never pray for money. Pray for the things that can get you the money,
Right.
and they gonna start dropping it in your life.
Right. Literally.
So that's just how things been as far as like my mindset. Period. Like I don't really too much because I came out of prison and I done did some phenomenal stuff. So it's just like
Literally.
end of the day, I'm a prime example of like you can overcome anything. Feel me? Like I done lost my parent, my dad and stuff. I done been through all type of stuff. And I just been home 5 years, but I done did all type of stuff
Right.
within 5 years. So it's just like, you know, trials and tribulations don't have no date. But the only thing I can say you can control them just through the power of just knowing what you're facing and how to get through it. And that's just through like, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, gaining that and standing on that. You're gonna always have a clairvoyant aspect of life. You're just gonna be looking through your own personal lenses, but you can also see through the lenses of others.
Right. Yeah. Speaking of transparency, I think one of the pros about this podcast is, for one, it's my form of art that low key forces me to be transparent because I'm slowly divulging information about myself to my audience
Right.
or even to my guests.
But that's how you supposed to that's how you like, you know, keep your audience because they grinding with you
Right.
and they gonna shine with you. So when they see you tell your story about how you was down and out or whatever the case may be, you don't know how you probably just motivated somebody watching your channel and just got them up and at it now. And you probably might not never meet them. You probably might not never get your flowers from them. But you know, the universe gonna keep rewarding you for the things that you don't see that you doing in the background.
Right. Yeah, that's deep.
Cause one thing about it, you can't knock a man that's trying. And they see what you do, and you don't went to school with some of these people. You done been in workforce with some of these people, and they just looking at you like, all right, bro, if bro willing to do this, and like he doing what's equivalent to what I'm scrolling watching on a daily basis. He not he exercising the mechanics behind it and doing his own thing.
Yeah.
Feel me? So it's just like the more you keep going, the better your life gonna get. Just don't stop. Cause I done stopped a few times and just trying to get back, it always just gonna make you stop again.
Yeah.
Feel me? So it's like once you catch that wave, don't get off that surfboard. Just keep going.
Yeah, that's I one of my things I've definitely prided myself on is my consistency. Um, Trying to film every week so I'm able to release an episode every week, and then starting now to do other different types of videos on top of my podcast, like challenge videos and stuff.
Right.
Finding a balance.
And that's what I was saying about like finding the art and stuff. Cause you gotta think, if I draw, I could do graffiti, I could tattoo. It's the same as drawing, just in different forms. Just like how your podcast, you can go ahead and do a verses, you can do whatever the case may be you want inside this realm because it's vast. And you ain't just on YouTube watching the same content.
Mm-hmm.
You're on YouTube watching all type of stuff. So it's just like, why not? If I'm already doing this, I might as well go ahead and dive into this too, because eventually you can monetize that. You're gonna start getting your crystals. You feel me? From your energy.
Crystals would be nice right now, but
You know, they in the making. They formulating over the pressure.
yeah,
Feel me? So once the pressure up, you're gonna have your riches. And the pressure just being the grind. That's all it is. It's the grind. Might wake up broke. Might leave. Might come in the house with a couple racks. Feel me? It's just however you want to do it. But it's like getting a consistency of just like making that energy work for you. That's how millionaires and billionaires get created. You got Elon Musk. He making millions of dollars in his sleep.
literally.
Like, and guess what he do? He just play the game.
I'm gonna say anything he wants to.
His favorite hobby is speed player. He'll get old like Diablo and play the hardest level. Or like he just broke a record recently. He like completed it in like 2 minutes, under 2 minutes. But it's like that's all he do. He said that's how I was able to make $1 billion because I've been gaming taught me how to see the simulation. And it take a certain type of mind frame to even do something like that.
You said he beat Diablo on hard in 2 minutes.
Yeah, sped up.
What the hell?
That's what I'm saying. That's genius level thinking. That mean that man IQ got to be like 250.
Yeah, because I
Feel me?
would have never even thought to do that.
Yeah, and that's his hobby. He be streaming on Twitter, and like even like his Grok system, like the dude is like literally an anime character. Like he like Dr. Robotnik, like making a city,
Yeah,
because he incorporated his AI system on every tweet, so you can get an analyzation from whatever you tweet and whatever you post, whatever you run into. You can get a general analyzation. Just press the little Grok in the right hand corner, and you know AI is subjective. You know, but I can't say if you want to judge it for what it is, it's the most helpful tool that we got right now because it just give you a shortcut. Basically, it's just a shortcut.
yeah.
And you know, if you done already put in the work, a shortcut ain't bad.
Bruh, AI has come a long way over the years. Like when I first started seeing AI video, like pictures, you can tell that they were AI because the fingers would be off or something
Exactly.
small. But now,
They lit.
boy, you got some stuff you can't even tell. Like, look
And
realistic from the top to bottom.
right. And that's like, and that's gonna be like a problem down the line. But if you
Hell
going
yeah.
it's like having access, because like I tell people technology is like magic. Feel me? We got access to all this technology. So what you gonna do
I'm
with
finna say it
with your
depends on what
magic?
you do with it.
You're gonna be like, you gonna use it for evil, you gonna use it for good, or you just gonna be using it. So it's just like whatever your intent is for anything, just make sure it's pure so you can just, conquer it. But you conquering it in a domain that just like you know what's best for it,
Right.
and it's gonna help you too. And
Well, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. That was another episode of Likkle Table. I want to give thanks to my brother Trey for
Trey,
dropping in again. I appreciate love you pimping.
I appreciate you, man. Y'all tap in with me, man. Tap in with my brother. What he doing is gonna be way bigger in like 6 months. I'm telling you, because I can feel the energy of this whole podcast, and you putting in the work for it, bro. And I'm proud of you. And we went to school together, so it's just like I like when I see my classmates just doing things like following their dreams anyway, because I was a classmate too.
That's why I was definitely about to give you your flowers for doing your thing, staying consistent, creating different avenues for yourself despite your trials and tribulations. It's not easy to overcome stuff like that.
Appreciate that,
And you
bro.
done did this. You done did so. So yeah, definitely give me your flowers.
Okay, I appreciate that. Appreciate that.
And I want to I appreciate love all of my supporters, my listeners, viewers. If you're watching the video on YouTube and like what you saw, make sure you drop the like on it for me. Make sure you post your comments, get involved in any other segments, ask me any questions, share the video with your loved ones, your friends and family, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, boy. We just hit 103 subs today, so we rocking and rolling. Once we get to 200 subscribers, I'm gonna either be dropping a try not to laugh challenge or a silent library challenge. So y'all let me know which one y'all would prefer down there in the comments. We're gonna get it rolling and get it scheduled and everything. All right, and all of my listeners on any of the other streaming services, an example, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, or any of the other ones that'll be listed, make sure y'all leave ratings and comments for me so I can know what you all think as well. And this is your host, your favorite neighborhood roster, and we up out of here. Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings. You snap. I like all this stuff in here that you got though, for real.
Trying to do a little something, provide a little aesthetic.
All right, I'm fucking with it.
Of everything I'm interested in.
I'm gonna donate some paintings next time. I got a whole bunch of loose paintings just sitting around in like 16 by 21.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna give you a couple other bitches like Ed and Eddie. I got all type of stuff. How many subs you got now? Like, don't you have like 12,000 subscribers?
I wish.
Damn, I could have sworn I seen 12,000 subscribers on your YouTube.
I mean, I might got 12,000 views on YouTube now.
Oh, okay. That's probably why I was out of my mind. I was like, damn, why bro so lit? He was so humble. I must have seen, I don't know who that was that had 12,000 in. I went to college when I was down in Gainesville. I was taking journalism. That's why I be on Twitter so heavy.
What did you learn about taking journalism?
Cite your sources to the highest degree. Because if you don't cite your sources, that discreditation, even if you're right, that shit still feel like shit. But if you can cite your source where you got this information at legitimately, they ain't got nothing but either they want to be a fool or they just gonna call dudes and be like, all right, bet. I'm looking to it.
I've come to learn that you can't have certain discussions with anybody.
Oh yeah, like
Very small minded.
yeah, and it's packed with nothing but emotion.
Yeah. The universe has been acquiring me with the tools my whole life. I didn't even notice it until I actually started my podcast, and I was like, oh well, I already got editing experience. I'm already certified in Adobe CS6.
Oh yeah? Oh, you lit, bro.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've had that since high school.
also you be doing all this stuff yourself, like everything. The editing and all. Oh yeah, bro. I'll take my hat off that, man. You snap.
Filming, editing, posting, everything. My short videos, all that.
Oh yeah, then that's work. Then one thing about it, it's gonna come back to you times 10, because the universe gonna always, you feel me? It's just like the laws of attraction, the laws of reciprocation, the laws of being just.
Right.
If I wasn't never, I always know how to draw. I'm gonna say that. Painting, I didn't start painting until I came home from prison in like 2020. Feel me? So it's like that was just, it wasn't trials and tribulation because like muscle memory just from drawing, but it's like, I mean, I was in the mud. I done messed up people orders. I done been extra late. Yeah, paint teach you patience, because it's like you can't do
a
that.
certain part to drive before you
All
start
right.
another part, all kinds of
Yeah,
stuff.
so it won't look crazy, and then it's like, shit. Once you get it though, you got it. And that's all I can really do. I say it's like second nature. It's like writing. After you learn how to draw for real, it's like literally writing a sentence. I can look at this whole scenery and just sketch.
Put it on a piece of paper.
Right, lights, and all this stuff. But I draw on this now. You see my pen?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what I be doing on work. I had to move to the digital era
Yeah.
because my page got hacked. My original IG page got hacked. They had all my art on it, all my artwork on it, and my Facebook got hacked by some Nigerians. And so that page I hit you up from, that's my new page. I only had that page up for like 2 years now. But my old Facebook from 2009. You feel me? So just imagine, bro. I was so hurt by that.
How the hell did that even happen?
They got all that them spoofing scams going on. I guess one of my cousins had done got by them, and so she had done wrote me one night. Was like, I got a new phone, cuz send me your number. And it's one of my cousins I'm close with. You feel me? And so I ain't think nothing of. I'm like, all right, send the number. Next thing you know, I got an email. Your password been changed. I said, oh what? I get another email. IG, I can't get back in. They locked me out. They changed the password, changed the phone number. They did everything. So it's like, just off the phone number, bro. It'd be so simple how like technology is just so, it make you so vulnerable at the same time of just like advancing you. So it's like, that's also one thing we need to tread on and look into. It's just like, don't get caught up in these phones, bro.
Right.
Oh, yeah, you really like the first person in the city like with a like consistent podcast too, bro. So, kudos to that. I'll be hearing people always say, I'm about to do a podcast, but I ain't seen that yet. I see yours though.
I didn't want to be one of those people. A whole lot of talking and writing blank checks.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a lot of people say they want to start a podcast without necessarily knowing what it takes to start a podcast.
Type shit.
Equipment, material, mindset, because numbers not going to be looking right when you first start out.
Exactly, right? We got to put it. That's what I be telling people, man. You see somebody winning, and you don't understand like what they had to do for that win. Like when I was selling spicy bowls, when I be selling my art, like I could thump all this stuff now, but when I first started, man, it was one day I made like 20 spicy bowls and only sold one that whole week. And then it's like I done made some custom pieces for people. They ain't pick them up or back dog, but it's like all that stuff is just a lesson for just better days. Cause once you get through all that green little weird little activities and energy that you are dealing with people, guess what? The next time you got to deal with them, really on your type of time. If they fool you twice, that's on you.